Little Mole and the Snowman. For the most part, animals do not really like winter and would rather sleep through it. Just here and there, the ears of a rabbit or the tail of a squirrel will peek out into the snow, and then it's back into the hole as quick as can be. Even Little Mole was preparing for his winter nap. He had stocked up his little den underground with everything he needed, so he wouldn't have to go anywhere. But before then, he wanted to see what winter looked like, at least for once. "Oh, it's wonderful," he gasped in surprise, and immediately he imagined how great it would be in the fleecy white snow, to roll down a hill or slide down it on his belly, or even to have a snowball fight. But with whom? All of his friends were asleep. So he would not be alone. Little Mole built himself a snowman, and it turned out really well. "Don't just stand there, Snowman," Little Mole called. "If you want to be friends with someone, you have to play with them." But the snowman was silent. "Okay, well, for now you can just watch," said Little Mole before sliding down a hill on his belly. It was so funny that the snowman burst into laughter. Now he had completely come to life, and that meant he could play or learn how. The first ride down didn't go so well for the snowman. He broke into pieces, and he even lost his carrot nose in the snow. But Little Mole knew just what to do. He put the snowman back together, and they went right on playing, and they got better and better. They slid down more hills without any accidents. They licked icicles like popsicles, and the snowman even learned how to play them like flutes. And what a snowball fight they had! They made so much noise that they woke up half the forest. The game would have gone on much longer if a miracle had not occurred. Half buried under the snow, they found a tiny sled, just right for the two of them. You know, there's quite a difference between sliding on your belly and on a sled, like riding on a tractor and in a Ferrari. It was wonderful. The birds and animals woke up and couldn't believe their eyes. Only the wise old owl didn't wake up. She was so tired from being so wise that she could sleep through anything. Eventually the snow started to melt when the sun popped up, which made everyone very happy. But what about Snowman? The poor thing. He's almost done for. He's melting right before our eyes. He's sniffing back tears, and soon he'll just be a puddle. "Oh no!" shouted Little Mole in surprise. "There is no way I'll leave him in this pickle." And he tried his best to think up a way to keep his friend from melting away. He's got it. "Hello, hello, I need an ambulance. It's my friend. We need it right away. It's a matter of life and—" "Tell me your address, please," answered the voice on the phone. "Forest Edge, Hillside, Molehill 5, said Little Mole. "Got it. We're on our way," said the phone, and hung up. Within just a few minutes, a rescue dog on a snow scooter arrived at the molehill. He quickly took in the situation and gently barked, "Let's stay calm. This isn't such a bad case. There have already been a few just like this today. If we get a move on, everything will be okay." Towing the sled with Little Mole and the melting snowman behind him, he took off like a shot. When they reached the ski lift, Little Mole realized where they were headed, and he cheered. "Hooray, buddy, we're going to make it." "Make it? There was almost nothing left of me," whimpered the snowman. "It's okay," Little Mole said soothingly. "You've still got your head, and the rest we'll fix up above." They had no problem getting tickets to the ski lift. "These are my patients," barked the St. Bernard. "Let them on right away. This is serious." So Little Mole and the snowman took their sled onto the first lift, and up they went, mounting the mountain all the way to the top. They saw the rescue dog, but they were so high up he looked like a puppy with a toy scooter. Then he was just a dot, and finally they couldn't see him at all. They started getting colder and colder in the ski lift, and there was more and more snow below them, which really delighted the snowman. The cold chilled Little Mole to the bone, but he enjoyed watching the world from above. Down in the valley the grass had turned green and the cows were grazing on it, but up above in the mountains people were still happily skiing and sledding on all the snow. When the ski lift could not go any further, they got off and Little Mole went right to work. He rolled up 2 big snowballs and 2 little ones. He fit them together and Snowman was back together again. So Little Mole rented him some skis and sat down on his sled. Over his shoulder he called, "Bye-bye, Snowman. See you again in winter," and he raced back down to the valley. And all of a sudden they were worlds apart. While the Snowman was skiing in the mountains, Little Mole was enjoying all the blooming, buzzing and chirping around his molehill. And whenever they thought of each other, which was often, they always waved.
Flowers.
Yeah, exactly, cherry flowers. When they thought of each other, which was often, they always waved, even though they couldn't see each other. Because for friends, knowing is more important than seeing. True friends don't just forget about each other, not in the spring, not in the summer, not in the fall. Now Little Mole is slowly stocking up for winter, and he can hardly wait for the first snow. At first, only a few flakes fell, powdering the forest edge, but they melted right away. Then it snowed some more, but it still melted away. Finally, in November, it really began to snow. The snow fell and fell for 3 days and 3 nights, until it was knee-deep everywhere, and Little Mole was thrilled. He put on his ski cap, got out his sled, and called out to the mountains, "Come on, Snowman, now is the time." Perhaps the Snowman heard him, or maybe not, but either way, at that very moment, the Snowman raced down the mountain to the valley. "I'm on my way, Little Mole, I'm coming." The Snowman's yell woke everyone out of their winter sleep, but no one was angry. A snowman on skis, that's really not something you see every day. With bated breath they watched his sensational slalom. "Caw!" He passed the first pine. "Caw!" cackled the crow. "He just raced by our hole," reported the rabbits. "He's heading this way," squeaked the squirrel.
Let's see what
reported the rabbits. But before she could even say it, it was no longer true. At that moment, Snowman landed in Little Mole's arms. What a reunion. Now they can roll in the snow again, race on skis and ride their sled. They can have fun again, and that's just what they did. And then one day, Snowman suddenly asked, "Hey, Little Mole, before you had me, were you just sleeping all winter?" "Oh no, you can't just sleep through all of winter," answered Little Mole. "So what were you doing?" "All kinds of stuff. One time we even celebrated Christmas here, with a tree and presents." But this was the first time Snowman had even heard the word Christmas, so Little Mole spent the whole day explaining it to him, until it was time to go to bed. And it's time to go to bed now. So, good night, Edward.
Good night.